Now we are looking at chapter 3, chemical formula and equation. First part is the knowledge. State the meaning of relative atomic mass based on the carbon-12 scale. As we look at the formula given here, it is referred to the average mass of one atom of the elements when compared to 1/12 of the mass of carbon-12. But don't worry, in the exam, the relative atomic mass normally be given, so no need to worry about to memorize the AR for all the elements in chemistry. Next, define a mole. Mole actually is equals to 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23 atoms or molecules. And in chemistry, we use the unit mole to measure the amount of the substances. So it's a very common unit in chemistry. State the meaning of molar mass. It is referred to the mass of 1 mole of the substance in gram. So example, let's look at the molar mass of the propane C3H8. As we can see, there are 3 carbon atoms and 8 hydrogen atoms. So how to get the molar mass? So relative atomic mass for the carbon is 12. So there are 3 atoms inside, and 1 for the relative atomic mass for the hydrogen, and there are 8 hydrogen atoms. So we total out with 44 gram per mole. This is the molar mass of the propane. Next, state the meaning of molar volume of the gas. So refer to the volume of 1 mole of the gas, and there are 2 values for the molar volume. Number 1 will be 22.4 mole per cubic decimeter per mole at STP, standard temperature and pressure. Another value will be 24 cubic decimeter per mole at room condition. This is more common that we normally use in all the calculation. State the meaning of empirical formula. Is referred to the formula that shows the simplest ratio of the atoms for each element in the compound. Let's look at this table. There are molecular formula here and the empirical formula. So we look at water. The molecular formula is H2O. Let's look at the ratio of the atoms for each element. See whether we can simplify any more or not. So for water H2O, we cannot simplify it. So empirical formula remains the same as the molecular formula, is H2O. But for ethane, C2H6 for the molecular formula. So we can simplify it becomes 1 and 3. So meaning that the empirical formula will be CH3. For benzene, it will be C6H6 for the molecular formula. So we can simplify it becomes 1, 1. So empirical formula will be CH. So it is empirical formula shows the simplest ratio for atoms for each element in the compound. How about the meaning of the molecular formula? It is referred to the actual ratio for the atoms for each element in the compound. So the definition must be correct.